It's a funny thing. Living somewhere really safe for a long time, it can actually kind of dull your senses, right? What if all that comfort is making us a little bit vulnerable? Well, today we're going to look at this really fascinating concept for an app that's designed to fix that exact problem. Let's get into it. So, I've got to ask you, are we just too comfortable? I mean, think about it. When was the last time you really thought about your own personal security? And I don't just mean locking the door at night. In a world that for many of us feels safer and safer every day, it's a question we should probably be asking ourselves. Believe it or not, there's actually a Japanese term for this exact feeling, heiwa boke. And it perfectly describes this state of peaceful complacency. It's what happens when you've been safe for so long that your sense of crisis awareness just gets a little dulled. It's not about being paranoid, not at all. It's about losing that natural instinct for caution. I mean, come on, we've all been there, right? Stuck in some boring safety briefing or a mandatory cybersecurity training at work. And the problem, as this quote nails, is that forcing people into lectures just doesn't work. It feels like a chore, you forget everything 5 minutes later, and nothing actually changes. So, if that old way is totally broken, what's the alternative? What if there was another way? Imagine an app that helps build up that awareness muscle, not with some boring one-off lecture, but through little daily interactions. Well, that is the whole idea behind this concept for the Peaceful Complacency Improvement app. All right, so how on earth would an app like this actually work? Let's break down the 5 core features that are designed to, well, systematically build up your personal defenses. Think of it like a 5-pronged attack on that peaceful complacency. First, you get the latest info with a smart news feed. Then, you get to practice with scam simulations. After that, you check your own habits, learn from other people in a community, and finally, you get to see your progress with a cool level-up system. So let's see how each piece of this puzzle fits together. Okay, feature number 1, the news feed. Now, instead of just flooding you with scary headlines, an AI would actually summarize the big incidents, the newest scams, and all that cybercrime stuff from around the world. It pulls out the most important takeaways, so you get just what you need to know without all the noise. And here's the genius part, the thing that makes it really personal. After you read about some incident, the app hits you with this super simple but really powerful question. Could this happen where you live? And that right there forces you to connect some distant event to your own life, which is always the very first step to building real awareness. Next up is feature number 2, and this is where it gets really fun and interactive. The app would use AI to create these super realistic phishing emails or maybe even simulated scam phone calls. So you get to practice spotting all the red flags in a totally safe space. You're actually learning by doing, not just by reading a list of what to watch out for. All right, feature 3. This is where the app turns the spotlight back on you with these habitual risk checks. It's basically like a personal security audit. How strong are your passwords? Really? Are your social media privacy settings actually locked down? Are you ready for that trip you're taking overseas? It's all about helping you find the weak spots in your own day-to-day life. And to make it all stick, it gamifies the whole thing. You get your own personal risk score based on your habits and your answers. Seeing that number gives you a really clear benchmark, and more importantly, it gives you actual advice on how to get that score up. It turns security from something you worry about into a challenge you want to beat. But you're not doing this all by yourself. Feature number 4 is a community forum. And this is a space where people can share their own real-life stories. How they spotted a scam, tips for what to do when you get a suspicious call, or lessons they learned the hard way. Honestly, there's nothing quite as powerful as learning from someone's actual experience. And finally, all of this is tied together with a gradual level-up system. It's a real journey. You start with the basics, like spotting simple spam emails. Then you move up to the intermediate level, detecting tricky phishing sites. And eventually, you can get to an advanced level where you can actually start predicting potential risks just from reading the global news. It gives you a clear, rewarding path to follow. So you take all these features, you put them all together, what do you get? What's the real end game here? Well, it's about creating something that's way more than just another app you download and forget about. See, the app's real power comes from its 3-pillared approach. It's not just one thing. It's a combination of education through things like quizzes and simulations, a system for diagnosing your personal security, and building social awareness through those shared community experiences. It's the mix that makes it work. So the big takeaway here is that this isn't just a game and it's not just a news feed.
The end result, the ultimate vision, is a life defense tool. Think of it like a weather app, but for your personal safety. It's a utility designed specifically for the weird, unique challenges of the world we live in today.
And the whole philosophy behind it is just so simple, but so powerful. Number 1, make learning about this stuff fun, not a chore. Number 2, make it easy for everyone to use, from teenagers to grandparents, with a really simple design. And number 3, and this is the most important, build the habit of making big global events feel personal and relevant to you.
Okay, this brings us to one last really interesting question to think about. If a tool like this actually existed, what should be its main focus? What's most important?
So let's just imagine for a second this app is real and you're about to download it. Which version would you go for? Would you choose option A, the game-focused one that prioritizes fun and play to teach you everything you need to know? Or would you prefer option B, the practical-focused one that's all about giving you real tools to actively block scams and threats as they happen? So what is it? Learning through play or having a powerful shield for your daily life? It's a really interesting choice when you think about it.